Hi, welcome to another video of Dad's RC Hangar. Today we're going to be looking at a RC model aeroplane called the J3 Navy Cub. I purchased this from Hobby King on a sale. I can leave a little description down below to show you where to buy it from, or who is Hobby King if you've never been to Hobby King website. They're just one of the websites that I purchased my planes from. Absolutely love it, but we'll talk in more detail a bit later on about Hobby King. This plane was mass produced between 1937 and 1947, the real plane that is, the real Navy Cub Piper. It was meant to be used as a trainer plane in the Second World War, but I believe it became widely used as a everyday plane, from taking all people where they want to be, or just to jump in and get to somewhere to fly your proper plane. It was mainly built by the Americans and Canadians, I believe. I haven't done mega research on it, but the actual RC aeroplane itself is a lovely plane, as you'll see in a second. I've kept it in the box that you can't see at the moment. It's out of shot until now. I bought it just before the winter started settling in, so I've been looking forward to get it out and have a look. This will be the first video about the J3. Today will be the unboxing, and depending on time we will see if we can do more in this video, but mainly this video is the unboxing, having a look and to see what you actually get for your money. Then we'll follow on in some videos to see about building the building the aeroplane, filling it with electronics, and then tallying it up with our Taranis radio. Obviously I haven't done the Taranis radio and how-tos yet, but we can always make that after this series about the J3. It will be a thing called buddy boxing, which I'll be connected to a professional RC flyer eventually, and obviously he would be there just in case I make mistakes, so he can take over until I can fly it myself. But this is what I personally would call a good trainer plane. It's very sexy looking. It's meant to fly well, and it's meant to fly as the real plane would. But many people say it's not such a trainer, that you should go for something like many different types out there, like the Acro Walk 4, and there's loads of what they say is trainer. But I like this one. It's got bigger wheels, so if you have a bit of a hard landing, maybe it will absorb some of the impact. And it's a big wingspan, and that's a high wing, which means it's a lot nicer to fly. Yeah, okay, let's get right to it. Okay, this is not the best camera angle, I guess, that you can look at the plane. The actual box is a totally white box that it comes in. Maybe that's how they saved a bit of money on selling it a bit cheaper. So that was a bit of a glare for the camera. It's not the most professional camera. In fact, it's pretty amateur, just like me. Anyway, let's get on with unboxing this beautiful plane. As you can see, this looks just totally such a sexy plane. I mean, if you're into RC planes or even light planes, this is pretty cool. So let's get this open. All right. So first of all, we've got one of the wings. Just open this wing for you so you can see without cutting myself. It's always a good thing. Now I'll try and give a close up. I don't know how it will be on the camera, but look at the detail. I mean, this is foam. This is foam. Oh, it zapped out the camera a bit where the LED lighting was flaring up. This is great. See, it's got no control horns on this one. It's got the servos installed and the decals, but everything else is done by itself. But that's good. That's good. I like that. There's the other wing. So you cannot really see it in shot, but you can see the size that this is going to be. It's pretty damn cool. Okay, what else have we got in here? We got, this must be for the wheels. But I don't know what you call this, but undercarriage, but it's like a springy bendy, which is good. These are carbon fibre rods. This goes into the aeroplane to give it a bit more strength, especially when you're doing some turns in the sky. Look at this, it comes with a pack. Now this is what I was saying about the wheels. You know, I've heard people saying, oh, you know, it's not good for landing and bits and pieces, but look at that wheel. Look how big that wheel is and spongy. I love it. You know, brilliant. It's almost like an Oreo or something, you know, I can chew it, you know. Yeah, won't do that. That's, that'll land on grass. I like that, you get two wheels, it's always a good thing. Okay, right, so we got some bits of plastic and stuff. I think these are for holding the control horns, maybe, and some other things for the undercarriage. I don't know, I haven't looked at the bits and pieces yet. These are to hold the struts for the wings. I won't take these out of the bag for now, but there you go, this is struts for the wings. They're pretty cool. You know, let's take them out of the bag. No, let's leave them in the bag actually, because I'll only lose them or something. Not that this is the biggest hanger in the world, as you can see. This is, yeah, let's take them out. Let's take them out. Let's see what you get for your buck. Let's have a look here. Now these are plastic. They got some nice little screws on the hinges, you know, some great detail on here. Yeah, feels a bit sticky. There you go. But, you know, I don't intend on these ones to take on and off the wings. They should fit in the car. What else we got? We got a box. Ah, right. Now this is something that I want to chat about. Maybe afterwards, maybe now. Let's keep that to the side for a second. These are also, it's your real tail wheel holder. Then you've got your aileron splitter cable, your springs for the undercarriage. If you look on the website, you'll see about the undercarriage, and all the screws all nice in their own little bags. Some companies do put little numbers on them, so you know, a bit like your favourite shops that you get furniture from. But not this one. Saving money again, maybe. This is how you get cheap, or cheaper. Now the bag for the springs and screws and bits and pieces. I'll have to apologise for the lighting in here. It's just the standard hanger lighting, which is really no good for camera work. But as it says, I'm not only an RC amateur, I'm also a YouTube amateur. Making it anyway. These are control horns. Now these basically will go into your levers for your ailerons or rudder, and go onto the servo, which helps it push, which will open it, which we'll go through. You know, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about bits and pieces, but what I'm going to talk about is this glass and this little bit of black plastic. Let's open it up, because this is one of the really cool things. If I can get it out without breaking the bag, maybe. There you go. Right, this is a little turret that can sit in the cockpit, and that I believe is part of the cockpit. Anyway, little glass, you can't really see it, but this holds a FPV camera. What is FPV? If you've never got into this before, it's first person something. FPV. Don't know. Means something. I can't remember, my brain's gone this morning. But it's basically, it's to fly an aeroplane through goggles. I mean, there's probably a lot of people screaming now, but I've forgotten. But hey ho, I'm not going to cut out the video, it's just going to go as raw as it is, because I'm an amateur. But it does annoy me that I can't remember what FPV is. First person vehicle flight, who knows, I don't know. But anyway, you fly through goggles, so it looks like you're actually in the cockpit, which I intend to do. I've got a nice little camera that we'll show you on the build that's going to sit on here anyway, so it records the flight, which is it's pretty exciting, because there's nothing like being in the aeroplane. I mean, all love, if you're a fan of planes, which you must be for watching this channel, everyone wants to fly an aeroplane. Alright, look at this. This is a prop. Oh, this is a nice sexy prop. I'm not sure the size. It doesn't say the size. Maybe we'll have a look at the instructions and see. I don't know what size that is. If it's 6'10", 6'9", I don't know. It's a nice prop. It's not the best. I've got some nice other props. You know, I suppose you could always change the props, but it's not bad. As I say, you know, this was on the top of my head. I can't remember what I bought it for, but it was in a sale and it was an unbeatable price, and it's like, gotta have it. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take the carcass out. Fuselage, should I say? Carcass. What is it? A whale? Okay. Got the rudder end, the tail part of the plane, and that's pretty sexy. No push, but you can push obviously. But obviously that's for scale. That looks like it's going to fit nice. Great detail once again. I'm going to leave that in the bag for now. Elevators. Big. Got a pair of lips, don't you think? Crazy. Okay. Yeah, once again that looks pretty cool. It's thick foam and it's lovely. I'm trying to see if these have got hinges. Internal hinges. I don't think that they might have hinges. Some of the new let's put that aside so I don't blast out the camera. Some of the new RC models that you get today, especially from one of my favourite companies called Freewing, you actually get, and which I think it has got it in here, they put little plastic, this is only foam, so they put little plastic hinges inside the foam to give it a bit more rigidity. Because obviously you think, you know, you're flying about up there, whipping about, you know, it's a lot of force up there, you know, you're flying, you know, some of these models like fly up to 100 miles an hour. What that is in kilometres, I don't know. I should work this sort of stuff out for you, but hey, pretty cool. So let's get rid of this horrible white box. Let's just make sure. And as you've noticed, I've got no instructions. No instructions. But that's okay, because I foresee this. And here's one I prepared earlier. I printed one off because I had another aeroplane that didn't have instructions, and I did phone the manufacturer and say, hi, can I have some instructions please? And they sent me some. So, but obviously you can get the links to download your own one. But it's pretty crazy. Maybe that was to save money as well. Who knows? Look at this piece of sexy plane. It really is. I mean, I'm sorry that the camera's not big enough to show like one piece, but so you got your control rods here, which control the rudder and ailerons, maybe elevators. Sorry. And here's your top now. I'm sure there should be something else that fits. Oh, the wings. The wings go inside. Now in here, I'm not sure how to take it off. I don't want to start pulling it off and breaking it, or maybe, I don't know. I'm not even sure how to get in to get the battery out, but we'll have a look at the instructions. But I love it's like as the Flybaby, one of my other planes here, it's got like a lovely engine, pretend engine. It doesn't come with a spinner, which is really strange. But I don't think the actual real Cub come with a spinner either. So pretend exhausts outlet, as you can see. That's your wheels where you got the extra plastic to hold onto the wheels. And you know, this top does come off because you have to get the battery in. Unless you get through here, which would be pretty crazy, because that means you'd have to take the wings off to get the battery. Now I know the chair does pop off. In fact, yeah, I can see the battery down there, so you have to take the wings off to change the battery. I'm going to look into that because that just seems a little bit crazy to me. You know, each flight would last you about 3 to 4 minutes depending on your throttle usage. So, you know, you normally take about 4 batteries and a charger if you can. Okay, well let's Let's pause this for a second. Okay, I've got the instructions out. Yes, I had to put the old goggles on. I just want to see the battery compartment on here, but let's just go over the few features, shall we? I'm reading it, I don't know it off by heart. You've got a wingspan of 55 inches. That's 1 meter 400 or 1400 millimeters. That's pretty huge. Not the biggest. It's not scale, but it's good. The length is 950 millimeters. So once again, it's a nice size aeroplane. Flight weight 1800 grams. Okay. Wing load 56. I don't know what that is. Maybe someone could tell me that. G/dm squared. Some sort of force rating, maybe. Maybe we'll have a look at that. Now each motor is electronic motor or electric, has a thing called an ESC, which basically regulates the power to the motor. It's got a 45 amp ESC, which is one of the powerful 3648 brushes outrunner motors, which is 700 kV, that's pretty cool. It's got 9 4-gram servos, and it takes between a 3 and 4 cell battery at 2200 mega amp hours, or mega hours amp, as it says in here. Anyway, so this is all information that you can find on here. It's pretty cool. But the thing I want to get to is on here, which I just don't know. We're going to have a look. As I say, you know, this is totally raw, all this sort of stuff that I'm doing. Telling you how it is. Well, that's a load of good, isn't it? Doesn't tell me. Okay. Maybe I should watch another video from another YouTube channel. Obviously a professional, to actually tell me how to get in the plane. I can't believe that you have to take the wings off to change the battery. Pretty crazy. I'll tell you what. Let me stop the video. For you, it will continue. For me, I'll probably grab a coffee and look around the plane to see if I can find a hatch. Anyway, speak to you in a minute. Okay. I hope you enjoyed. Well, I enjoyed my coffee. I don't know about you. Anyway, if you look on the bottom here and lift this up, surprise! There's actually where you put your battery and your cables for your receiver. It's got another little fly lead there, and I believe that's to supply power to your FPV camera, maybe. Still haven't figured out what FPV is. I know what it does, I know what it is, I don't know what it stands for. First person I don't know. Anyway, that goes in there. It's got a nice little magnet to hold it tight. There is some planes out there that obviously dearer, maybe, I don't know, but there's some planes out there which have like the top of the nose or here to take off, because when you think when you got the wings on this baby, I can probably show you just here. I mean, I haven't got the room. It's quite crazy in here. But if I put the wings like that, I mean, you see how big this thing is. It's huge. I mean, you know, how I'm going to have it in the hangar, I don't know, but I'll work that one out. But I know that you can put your FPV turret inside. There is some videos out there, I think, of this plane. It's quite a popular plane, to be honest. Hence why it was probably quite cheap. I've got to work out how to show you guys me building it. So I'm going to have to sort of change the camera view or something. But I don't know. It looks kind of fun. I mean, I want to try and get this done today. Built anyway, not with all the electronics in. I've just joined another club, and I was hoping to actually go flying tomorrow. I mean, it was a nice couple of days, but today's a bit crud. It's raining and it's horrible, and that's not flying weather at all, especially for RC aeroplanes. Yeah, Okay, I think we're going to call it with this, but as you can see, I mean, the main reason that I wanted to show you this particular plane unboxing is because it was cheap, and it's a lovely aeroplane. It really is. I mean, the scale work on it is really good. The decals are great. The spray job's great. Even the finishes, you know, plastic nose. It's a good engine that's got a few bit of scrapes on it, but hey, you know, that's weathering maybe. You know, I doubt it, but you know. But this is a nice aeroplane. I mean, it's pretty sexy. I'm sorry that I can't give you the sexy lady. I'm sorry I can't give you a great view. We'll have to work on this, I think, in the hangar. The hangar was for hanging and working on planes, not for showing them off. But yeah, I mean, you know, go past Hobby King. Go past their website and have a look. They do some pretty cool planes. You know, there's a say free wing is one of my favourite planes. There's some of this in a free wing in here, and there's some detail to how they make them, which I really like. But yeah, I'm going to see what I can do to make the next video, which is basically putting it together. So yeah, okay, keep flying, be safe, see ya.